In the spring of March 2000, under the soft shadows of Peshawar's historic stands, Mohammad Yousaf carved out a masterclass of elegance against a fiery Sri Lankan attack. Chasing a stiff target in the second inning of the second test match, Mohammad Yousaf stood tall amidst the ruins with a fluent 88 runs off 131 deliveries, a knock that sparkled for 171 minutes, laced with 8 classical boundaries and 3 towering sixes. His strike rate of 67.17 in a pressure situation told the story of a man in rhythm. Facing the artistry of Muttiah Muralitharan and the swing mastery of Chaminda Vaas was not easy task, yet Mohammad Yousaf danced down the track, leaned into cover drives and played the spinners with the calm composure of a maestro. His bat was like a paintbrush on canvas, every stroke a thing of beauty. Especially those cover drives, they were not mere runs. They were poetry in motion. He pierced the infield with crispy finesses, his timing so precise that even Muralitharan paused in admiration. Although Pakistan's fell short by 57 runs in a gripping contest, Mohammad Yousaf's innings stood as the lone bright star in an otherwise dim sky. It was an effort that deserved more than just personal milestone. So sit back and relive this forgotten classic, the artistry of Mohammad Yousaf at Peshawar when grace met grit.
Very good bowling change on the Test career, bringing himself on and getting the result straight away. On the offside, but big taken a foot on the leg. So into the first over.
Captain's injured and has gone back into the dressing room for attention to the neck, which was caused by that collision with umpire Nazir Jr. Over the top, gone for 4, so the shots continue to flow. Youhana going after Chaminda Vaas.
Well, that was a glorious shot by Yousuf Youhana. Just leaning into it, making use of the width. Getting it on the up.
Two of their younger players in now, and that's a fine hit. Over the top, gone all the way. Yet another 6 off Muralitharan, and that was well struck. No swiping about that. That was a superb cricketing shot.
That was indeed played with arrogance and a great deal of confidence coming down from Muralitharan after Muralitharan has been giving him enormous amounts of problems. Right to the pick of it and straight over the top of it. A superbly struck shot.
That would have been run out. Alert work in the short leg position. Yousaf in there, and a rather strange looking attempt at a sweep from Youhana out of his ground, and would have been gone for all the world. Backhand flick at the stumps, no more than a couple of yards away. Frenetic stuff out there.
Real high drama with the Pakistanis looking to try and pick up runs.
Sri Lanka outstanding in the field. Yousaf at extra cover. We've seen some magnificent work on the boundaries by fielders who have thrown themselves after the ball. That's why they're in this position.
That effort by Yousaf really epitomizes the manner in which the Sri Lankans have thrown themselves around throughout this test match. Certainly been the feature.
Ball pitched on the turf before got to the left hand, but may have just got the hand under it. I'm not sure. Whether it hit the bat or not is now immaterial. To his left, we couldn't see from there. Ball dropped in Dilshan having a lot of work to do in there, and merely a wry smile.
That did take the bat quite hard and set to Dilshan. Not an easy catch. End of the over, 128 for 4.
Down the wicket. That'll be 6.
What a stroke. Youhana easily lifting Sanajasuya over the top and done with utmost ease. Full follow through. 1, 2, 3 and bang straight over the bowler's head.
Second innings, and Saeed Anwar off the field injured at the moment, so it's debatable as to whether he will bat again in this innings. Sanat Sarir, his opposite number, to bowl from the pavilion end. Another huge hit. 6 more to Yousaf Youhana. Takes him to 1,000 runs in Test cricket. 2 away from another half-century. And a good time to hand over. Tony Cozier with Glenn Turner.
Thank you, Robin. So there's the statistic and a really commanding way to bring it up. There's another one. The rating is 50. This time it goes to 4. Yousaf Youhana. Let's do an attacking innings from him. And at least it's given the crowd here something to cheer themselves up.
Well, when he goes big, he goes big. Very big sixes straight down the ground. 8 fours and 6 sixes.
And of those 8 fours and 6 sixes, he had 4 fours and 3 sixes. So he's had exactly half the number of boundaries.
Well, all at sea against Murali in the early stages. He should have been out. Didn't look to be shot selection wasn't good against that off spin. But man, since then he's played some very fine shots.
And that's a superb shot. Lovely use of the feet. And that's one of the best shots he's played so far.
Well, it's no mean feat to hit the off spinner over there. It may have been the other one.
As we've seen before, a candidate for a run out using his feet to that extent with those fielders very close in. He's got to be very alert to get back in.
Well, he's charging as he plays the shot. On the previous occasion, I think he thought as it got past the man in close on the onside, took off for a run and would have been run out by miles. In fact, the fielder in there could have thrown it to the keeper to make the dismissal.
Plenty of appealing in this match, but that's a little bit of desperation. Not so really convincing from Muralitharan. Down the wicket, and beautifully taken on as he dropped it. He's put it down. Pushpakamara got both hands to it. Muralitharan is absolutely furious. He seemed to have it. He is not a happy man. Pushpakamara, moving to his right, seemed to have the ball in his grasp and put it down.
Well, the question is, why is he trying to hit it out of the ground with the beats himself to be able to clear the edge? He doesn't think this ground's big enough for him, and he's shown that it isn't in most cases. But 2 hands to it blasts him away. In fact, it almost went right through the hands. So disappointment for the Sri Lankans, in particular Murali, not a happy chappie.
That was a magnificent shot. No ball has been hit harder than that in this match.
Well, this is brutal. Charges, momentum coming forward, and just Smashed it down the ground on the offside. Here he goes. The charge is on and whack. Stopped it.
Goodness me, Yousaf Youhana being floored once again. Again, it's Pushpa Kumara who is faulty with his technique of catching. It's all happening here. Youhana once again looking for the aerial route, and there you are, that's Pushpa Kumara extending himself to the fullest and just eluding him. So Muralitharan certainly not impressed at all, taking his head. Striker delivery, that drop chance and the ball going to the boundary, bringing up the 50 of the partnership.
He's gone, like before, on the back foot. Very similar dismissal to the one we saw before of Abdul Razak, playing back, and a real disappointment, the end of a fine innings by Yousaf Youhana, who gave for Pakistan hope when at one stage they seemed very little. But he made a misjudgment on this occasion.
Muhammad Yousaf, formerly known as Yousaf Youhana, before embracing Islam in 2005, is widely regarded as one of Pakistan's finest and most elegant test batsmen. Born on August 27, 1974 in Lahore, Muhammad Yousaf brought a touch of classical grace to Pakistan's batting lineup during an era often dominated by power hitters and flamboyance. What set him apart was his serene composure at the crease, silky smooth stroke play, and effortless ability to build innings under pressure. His cover drives were textbook perfect, and his footwork against both pace and spin made him a formidable opponent in all conditions. In Test cricket, Muhammad Yousaf represented Pakistan in 90 Test matches between 1998 and 2010, scoring a remarkable 7,530 runs at an average of 52.29, including 24 centuries and 33 50s, with the highest score of 223. The year 2006 was the zenith of his career, where he broke Sir Richard's 30-year-old record for most test runs in a calendar year, amassing a staggering 1,788 runs in just 11 matches at an average of 99.33 with 9 centuries, a record that still stands. Muhammad Yousaf was known not just for his piling runs, but for his ability to absorb pressure and deliver when his team needed him the most. Whether it was countering spin on the dusty tracks of India or battling pace in Australia, Muhammad Yousaf always stood out with a calm determination and unmatched elegance. Beyond number, it was the way he scored runs, with grace, timing and patience, that won the admirations of fans and critics around the globe. His contribution to Pakistan cricket is etched in gold, a true ambassador of the classical batting style in modern times. If you like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you very much.